Welcome to this explainer. Okay, we're going to jump right in today because we are looking at a super familiar everyday scene. Literally, if you have a dog, or honestly, even if you've just spent a good amount of time around one, you have absolutely witnessed this little ritual. Picture this. Your dog walks up to their favorite cozy bed, or maybe they found that perfect warm patch of sunlight on the living room rug. And right before they actually lay down to go to sleep, they spin. They turn in a tight little circle, once, twice, maybe even 3 or 4 times, being super deliberate about it, before finally letting out this huge sigh and just collapsing into a puddle of fur. It's totally quirky, it's undeniably cute, and honestly, we usually don't even give it a second thought.
But here's what I want you to think about today. What if this adorable little habit is actually a hardcore survival instinct that's thousands of years old? I mean, we tend to brush the spinning off, right? We just kind of think of it as a funny quirk our pets do to get comfortable. The dog equivalent of us fluffing a pillow before bed. But today, we're actually going to look at the evidence that shows this exact behavior, which is performed by millions of domestic dogs all over the world every single day, is actually a deeply ingrained survival tactic. It's this hidden biological bridge connecting your modern domestic dog to a really ancient, untamed past.
Part 1. The Spinning Dog Mystery. Let's dive into the science and figure out exactly why your dog's brain tells them they absolutely have to do a pirouette before taking an afternoon nap. Part 2. Seeking Comfort and Territory. Okay, before we trace this evolutionary lineage way back into the wild, let's explore the immediate practical theories that researchers have proposed for our domesticated dogs. So researchers basically have 3 primary theories for why this happens right now in your house. First up, consider comfort optimization. Are dogs just trying to get comfortable? I mean, think about it. They don't exactly have hands to adjust their blankets or fluff their pillows, right? So circling could simply be their physical way of optimizing their sleeping surface. They're actively manipulating the space with their paws and their body weight. Next, we have the territorial aspect. Did you know dogs actually have scent glands in their paws? Yeah, they're called interdigital glands. By spinning and kind of scratching at the ground, they're essentially leaving their own unique scent in this tight little circle, basically claiming that specific spot as their own territory. And finally, predator awareness. Even in a perfectly secure living room, a dog's brain is naturally wired to assess their surroundings. So the circling gives them one final, complete 360-degree scan of their environment before they drop their guard and go to sleep. It kind of slowly starts to build a bit of suspense, doesn't it? Because even though your home is perfectly safe, your dog's brain is acting as if it might not be. Part 3. Lessons from Wild Ancestors. Now it's time to shift our perspective completely away from the living room and plunge directly into the harsh, ancient wilderness. On one side of this, we've got our pampered, modern pets. They have soft, warm beds, central heating, regular meals, and absolutely zero natural predators inside the house. The whole shebang. But on the flip side, we have their wild canine ancestors, wolves and ancient wild dogs that were roaming the earth thousands of years ago. Their world was entirely different. It was cold, dangerous, unpredictable, and covered in really rough, uneven terrain. They definitely didn't have plush orthopedic memory foam to sleep on. They had dirt, tall grass, snow, rocks, and leaves. To survive in that harsh environment, going to sleep couldn't just be about resting. Sleep was a highly, highly vulnerable state. It had to be strategic, calculated, and above all else, safe. So wild dogs actually relied on a very specific ritual to create a safe resting spot in that dangerous world. First, they had to check the wind. By circling before lying down, a wild wolf could determine exactly which way the wind was blowing. This was absolutely crucial because it allowed them to position themselves to sleep with their nose facing the wind. That way, they could catch the scent of an approaching predator or a threat long before it ever arrived. Okay, once positioned, the second step was trampling the tall grass by spinning in tight circles. This physically flattened the vegetation, essentially building a makeshift nest that hid them from view, and it trapped their body heat to provide a much warmer surface in the freezing cold. And finally, this heavy stomping warded off hidden predators. Pacing around in a circle would actively drive away snakes, scorpions, or biting insects that were hiding out in the brush. So before going to sleep, this ritual wasn't just some cute little habit, it was literally a matter of life and death. Part 4. The Hidden DNA Connection. So, if there are absolutely no wolves or scorpions in your apartment, why is your golden retriever still doing this?
Well, the answer lies in something called inherited instinct, basically an innate genetic survival behavior passed down across thousands of years of evolution. The crucial takeaway here is that this behavior isn't learned. It's not something your dog picked up by watching TV or going to obedience school. Your puppy didn't, casually watch an older dog spin in circles and logically decide to copy it. Rather, modern scientific studies in evolutionary psychology and canine behavior show this is permanently wired into their DNA. It's a biological imperative. Their brain is actively firing off signals telling them they absolutely must flatten the grass and check for snakes before sleeping. And they'll do it even if the grass is just a memory foam mattress and the snakes are just a stray sock left on the floor. The ancient hardware from their wild ancestors is quite literally still running in the background of their modern brains. This everyday circling behavior is a living reminder of your dog's wild ancestry. That is the incredible truth we're uncovering today. It proves that even the smallest, most pampered, sweater-wearing indoor pets still carry the ancient wild deep within their genetics. It's just wild to think about. It is a direct, unbroken chain of evolutionary survival stretching back thousands and thousands of years. And it is happening right there, every single day, on your living room rug. So as we wrap up our explainer today, I really want to leave you with this to ponder. What other ancient wilderness secrets is your pet hiding in plain sight? The next time you see your dog spinning around in circles before settling in for a nap, I challenge you to look at them in a completely different light. You aren't just looking at a sleepy pet anymore. You are witnessing the echo of a wild wolf carefully preparing for a dangerous night in the ancient forest. It really makes you wonder what else is locked away in their instincts, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me. Keep observing those fascinating everyday mysteries and never stop questioning the amazing science hidden right in front of you. Catch you next time.